I'm going to have fought in January, the earliest I've ever fought. It's going to ruin my Christmas dinner and my birthday because I'm 31 like 3 weeks before it. But it's all going to be worth it when I lift that real title above my head. And Paddy the Baddy is a world champion. And 2026 is going to be the biggest year of my life. I am coming for that interim title. Then I'll be making it the undisputed title when I come and beat Ilia Topuria up and take the undisputed title. And then little posh boy, if he manages to fight in that time, because he likes sitting out and saying he's got a sore back, if little posh boy fights in that time and keeps his ranking, I'll punch his head in as well.
Hey guys, welcome back. So Dana White drops this huge bombshell announcement, guys. You guys probably heard there's a few matches that he's just announced and you think, okay, well that's great, right? I mean, we love hearing about new matches, but the matches that he's talking about are so controversial that people are losing their minds. So let me talk about this. We got UFC 324, 2 matches that were announced. Justin Gaethje is going to be taking on Paddy the Baddy, Paddy Pimblett, and you also have Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. Those are 2 that's going to be happening on UFC 324. I'll talk a little bit about that. The third, very, very controversial, guys. You got Alexander Volkanovski. He's going to be taking on Diego Lopez, guys. They just fought, right? Yes, that's what you're thinking about. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what a lot of people are talking about. That was UFC 314. Alexander Volkanovski is going to be taking on none other than Diego Lopez, UFC 325, guys. So look, lots to cover, guys. Justin Gaethje, we'll talk a little bit about that first. But listen, welcome back, guys. I'm your host, Shiraz. Welcome back to Duality 7X, and here we cover all the latest trending stories when it comes to the world of UFC, MMA, boxing, WWE. If you guys like real fight talk, real opinions, without all the fluff, you guys are in the right place. Please try to smash a like and subscribe while you're here. It definitely helps us out. So let's talk about this fight here between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. Now, this is interesting because Justin Gaethje actually called Paddy Pimblett the perfect dance partner. So people are loving this. People are actually really liking this. And you know what? This is going to be for the interim lightweight title. So this is huge news, guys. Actually, the UFC 324 card is actually looking pretty sweet. You got Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Omar Nurmagomedov. He's going to be taking on Divsin Figueiredo. So that's going to be good. And then you've got a number of other really good matches. We talked about Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. That's going to be unbelievable, guys. I can't wait for UFC 324. It's going to be absolutely wild. So, guys, Ilia Topuria, all right? The actual lightweight champion just dropped a huge announcement. He said he's going to be stepping away right now from the sport for personal reasons. So obviously the whole division was in limbo. Dana didn't waste any time. He didn't waste any time. Right off the bat, he came online and he said Justin Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy in the interim slot for the title. This is huge, guys. Now there's a lot. Obviously, there's a lot to uncover about Ilia Topuria's news. But anytime you got a fighter who's stepping away from personal reasons, there's definitely a lot to it. Actually, there's been some stuff that I've been reading about Max Holloway really supporting Ilia Topuria right now. And look, guys, these guys, first of all, they don't have like regular careers like you and I. You know, they don't go to an office or go to, you know, like they don't have an 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 or whatever you call it, guys. These guys are fighters. This is what they do: is they beat the crap out of each other and they get paid for it. It sounds exciting at times because there are times that you want to just do that and get paid for it. But imagine doing this as a career, and you all the other stresses that come along with, like, trying to cut weight, trying to make weight, the training, the prepping, everything you need to do to be able to get your body not only physically but mentally ready. That's like 95% of the population, 97, 98% of the people, they couldn't do it. Right, so these guys are very, very unique, very special. They're trained fighters, they're trained athletes. When somebody needs to step away for personal reasons, all we can do is we just really hope that Ilia Topuria gets whatever he needs in terms of help and support, or hopefully that time away will be able to help him be able to move past some of the difficulties that he's facing right now. Nobody likes to see anyone in that kind of position. So that in itself, once Ilia Topuria said that he's stepping away for personal reasons, the internet exploded right then and there, guys. People are like, what? I mean, neither, like, to think that, oh my gosh, like, what's going on here? And then for Dana to announce this fight between Gaethje and Pimblett, people are like, holy schmoly, guys. Now, that in itself is also kind of controversial. Like, this is a great fight, guys, and we kind of predicted this many videos ago. We thought that, hey, you know, that this could potentially be happening. This could be, you know, when we're talking about potential dance partners for Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje's name came up a couple times, and we're like, yeah, there's a possibility that could happen. But then, guys, what about Arman Tsarukyan, right? I mean, he just had an unbelievable match, a UFC cutter, and now he's being overlooked again, right? So Paddy's win over Chandler and Bobby Green weren't exactly, like, we're not going to say their title shot or world title, you know, type of material, as so to speak. But Justin Gaethje, I mean, he actually came out and he said he'd literally retire if he didn't get a title shot. Okay, so I don't know if that had anything to play into what Dana White was thinking and wanting to do, but Dana White hated that retirement threat, I'm pretty sure. And at first I thought, you know what, look, Dana, first of all, Dana's not one to get pushed around. He doesn't care about that kind of jazz, all right? Like, seriously, if you're gonna pull threats like that, like, you know what, there's a door, don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know, Dana's got that kind of rapport, but at the same time, he sees a lot of potential in Justin Gaethje, right? And he knows that this guy, there's a lot of marketing hype and buzz that surrounds him. So I don't know if Dana wanted to appease to him, but I'm sure there's a lot of factors that he had to consider. And guys, Justin Gaethje is getting his title shot now, and but so is Paddy, right? So this is going to be interesting. We know that Justin Gaethje is super excited about this. A few hours after the announcement, Gaethje posted on Instagram calling Paddy Pimblett the perfect dance partner, and let me tell you honestly, guys, from the sounds of it and from what I'm reading, Justin Gaethje seems like he's completely locked in, right? And so for him to say that, look, I've got a perfect dance partner for another unforgettable night to prove once again I am one of the best and most exciting fighters of the era, I'll be ready to go. That tells you a lot about this guy, and that tells you about his laser beam focus and about how super stoked he is about having this opportunity. Now, you know, that's classic Justin Gaethje, right? He's respectful, he's violent at the same time, but of course, don't forget Mr. Paddy the Baddy, this guy is a phenom, right? And, you know, he's sponsored by Under Armour. You guys all saw those videos of him playfully taking down, you know, former heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, who's actually going to be locking horns with Jake Paul in their fight on December 19th in Miami. And that's going to be interesting, guys. But look, you know, Paddy wasted no time, zero time, firing at Arman Tsarukyan, keeping their beef alive. Paddy, you got to understand something, man. This guy, he's so, like, he walks the big stick. He's so confident. I love this guy's attitude, his energy. He loves for this kind of stuff. And anytime Tsarukyan misses out, like he did now, you already know that Paddy's going to twist the knife a little bit more to the left, to the right, and stick it in a little bit so that his opponent feels it. That he did. Right after the announcement, guys, on social media, actually all social media platforms, the big ones at least, melted down. Why is Paddy Pimblett getting a title shot? Where's Arman Tsarukyan? Is ranking dead? is Gaethje like what is is Gaethje gonna like destroy this guy? Like, there's all kinds of things that people are saying. These are some of the things that I had conversations with other guys, and they're telling me that, yo, what the F is going on here? Honestly, fans got a point, guys, right? The division honestly feels like it's running on vibes, on this buzz and energy of the fans, and honestly, marketing is just feeding off of it, and they're having field days, guys, with all this stuff. And so look, Justin Gaethje, honestly, like, look, I can't speak to exactly what Arman's feeling, but honestly, he's probably feeling pretty crappy right now, for being overlooked. You know, can you imagine Arman Tsarukyan and Paddy Pimblett? Like, I mean, can you imagine this fight? Holy this would be crazy too, right? But Justin Gaethje, if it's, you know, I mean, again, we don't know what was going on in Dana's mind, but if those threats were actually hitting home, well, you know, it spoke volumes, obviously, in Dana's ear, because if Justin was actually going to quit because he wasn't getting a title shot, well, there you go. He's got his opportunity right now. And, you know, he's always been one of the UFC's biggest, like, needle movers, guys, right? UFC is always looking for flashy main event guys, you know. Obviously, whenever it comes to kicking off their new deal, like these matches, guys, are part of the new Paramount deal, by the way, guys, right? You know how we're talking about Dana White, you know, kind of teaming up with the guys like Turkey Al Sheikh and Paramount. Sufa Entertainment was involved in that. Dana's company, the UFC. You got all these guys together doing some serious mad business together. Well, these three fights that I just talked about right now are part of that new deal with Paramount, right? And look, Paddy's a star. He's a big star. He's a rising star. He's got a lot of upside potential. His stock value is super high, but so is Justin Gaethje. And when fans get an opportunity to see these kind of guys lock horns, this is the kind of stuff that's just going to set the whole social media platform on fire. Gaethje needed a title shot. His time was kind of starting to run out, right? For Topuria to actually step away, actually kind of help propel this madness come to fruition. Because if Topuria didn't step away, I mean, it would be a lot more, I'm not going to say it's challenging, but I mean, there's so many top level we just talked about this, guys, a few videos ago, about the amount of talent that you have at the top. It's like, who do you choose, right? But with Ilia kind of walking away right now temporarily from the MMA scene, it really makes things a lot more easier. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Dana White, you know, he had one fist, Arman Tsarukyan's name here, Justin Gaethje's name. I don't know what he did, but at the end of the day, he chose his guy, and that's it. And that's where we're at, right? And so whatever. I mean, Tsarukyan, he's a tough guy. He's a tough component. He's gonna live on to fight another day. You know, some people are arguing the fact that Paddy's resume doesn't actually scream title shot, but and a lot of people are pissed at the rankings, saying that they're meaningless now, and this feels like Dana White. I read something like Dana White is actually trying to make the UFC more like WWE now, where you got scripted, or not scripted, but it's kind of like storylines. Rather than actually look at the rankings and going according to rankings, they're just doing kind of like storylines. So look, I'm not. At the end of the day, when it comes to marketing, like, in order for businesses to stay alive, organizations, especially like the UFC, you have to continue to. I'm not saying reinvent the wheel, but you have to kind of think outside of the box at times. You have to find ways to create new synergy, right? New opportunities. And especially when you got a new business deal, especially with Paramount, you want to make sure that you have the best bang for the buck, the best value proposition forward, and there's no better value proposition right now than these matches. Yes, they're controversial, but guess what? Arman is still there. Right after this fight, guess what? It could be Arman versus the winner out of Paddy and Justin. right? So does Arman really lose out on this? I mean, yeah, it sucks that he kind of got overlooked, but did he really get overlooked? I mean, it's just going to set himself up for a nice, beautiful payday and an opportunity to have a crack at that title. And then what about guys like, what about Gaethje? This is his opportunity. This is his moment. The challenge, though, that Justin has, as unbelievable as a fighter he is, he's going to be taking on a rising star in the UFC. And this is where I kind of have to agree, guys, that this is going to be a little bit interesting. I really want to know what happens here. But Paddy's momentum is super contagious. He is on a different level. And yeah, I see him a lot more on social media as opposed to seeing Justin Gaethje. So maybe if I saw more videos and more things on Justin Gaethje, maybe my opinion might slightly change. But I've always been a believer in Paddy. I think he's absolutely incredible. And I think this guy's got a long future ahead of him. I expect him to do some damage. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy, guys. And if Paddy actually beats Justin Gaethje, well, guess what? He's already got the likes of Conor McGregor in his corner, in a sense, where Conor McGregor's already cheering him on. And, I mean, this would be bigger also than Conor beating Aldo. Remember, UFC would push Paddy into kind of full... you remember when that fight happened and UFC was just kind of in a buzz, and now UFC has this opportunity by pushing forward their new guy into full superstar mode overnight. But I'm going to tell you one thing, okay? There's a lot of people that are still not, and I'm not saying you have to jump on Paddy's bandwagon or anything like that. That's not what this is about. But this guy's absolutely incredible. He's so special of a fighter. Very unorthodox. He's got he's got some really unique tools at his disposal, and he can just switch gears on the fly, and he could totally shift the momentum, shift the match in his favor. And he's got that capability. He's got that skill set, right? And so now you got to think about the UFC. They get what they want. Gaethje versus Topuria or Gaethje versus Tsarukyan. I mean, that's massive. That is 100% massive, right? And you know, like with Ilia stepping away from the world of MMA right now, from UFC, maybe after this fight, maybe that's enough time for Ilia to kind of come back into the mix. And if that's the case, then now Dana's got a bigger problem. Now he's got to think, okay, well, who deserves that chance? Is it Ilia or is it Arman to face the winner out of Gaethje and Pimblett? Like, what do you do? But I mean, with Ilia stepping away, and if Arman's active, then obviously it's got to be Arman. Or what if you get Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan? That is a fight that people want to see. That we almost actually saw a real fight like that actually play out in UFC Qatar. But and then if Tsarukyan gets skipped again, I don't see that happening. Some people were actually talking about that. Then we're entering into Tony Ferguson territory, and I don't want to get into that kind of politics, guys. But that's anyways, guys. This fight is going to be purely chaotic, pure matchmaking chaos. It's messy, it's controversial, but it's so beautiful at the same time. It's going to sell like crazy. I'm going to watch it. You guys are definitely going to watch it. Gaethje calling Paddy the Baddy the perfect dance partner tells you everything you want to know. It's got pure fireworks, and honestly, guys, he's absolutely right. You can't get that wrong, guys. Like, who do you guys think deserves the next lightweight title shot? Is it going to be Paddy? Is it Gaethje? Or is it Tsarukyan? Or should it be Ilia? But Ilia stepped away right now. Guys, there's so much to uncover here. And then I didn't even get into Alexander Volkanovski, man, and his match against Diego Lopez. I mean, that in itself, guys, is wow. Like, I mean, look, with the interim lightweight title on the line between Gaethje and Pimblett, I mean, and then with Arman being snubbed, and then at the same time, now you got Lopez, who's going to be taking on Volkanovski. Yet Lopez and Volkanovski already fought, guys. All right, and they're scheduled. They fought in 314, and now they're scheduled to fight again in 325 in Sydney in Volkanovski's home turf. Now, personally, right now as it stands with the spreads, I mean, you clearly see Diego Lopez being the favorite in this one, but I mean, a lot of people are complaining that guys like Leron Murphy were kind of overlooked, similar to how Arman was overlooked against the Gaethje Pimblett fight, right? So, anyways, guys, I want to talk a little bit about that. I'd love to get into it. I'm going to probably have to save that for another fight, but I mean, you have to understand Murphy is undefeated, right? And I thought he was going to be next in line after that beautiful spinning elbow knockout against Aaron Pico in Chicago, guys. That happened back in August, and I thought then, this is it. This is going to be the fight in about 4 or 5 months from now. This is going to be that fight. He's going to get Volkanovski, and you know what? It wasn't just me. A lot of people were talking about it as well too. And I mean, that was the fight that I thought UFC was going to book, right? But I mean, it's not looking like that, right? And I mean, look, Diego Lopez is going to get this opportunity. I think he's odds-on favorite to beat Volkanovski this time. And I think it's going to be super interesting. I do want to get into that video, so maybe another time. Otherwise, we can go on and on and on, guys. And this video will go on for like 3 hours. And so yeah. So how about we do this? How about for now we'll call it at that, and then we'll definitely get into talking about Volkanovski and Diego Lopez, and perhaps maybe even Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes. And guys like Umar Nurmagomedov is going to be taking on Davison Figueiredo. That's going to be absolutely incredible too. That's happening on UFC 324. So we'll definitely have to talk about that another time, guys. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, please make sure that you smash the like and subscribe. Join us here on Duality 7X for more fight talk, more hot takes, and weekly MMA deep dives. I'm not even going to say weekly because I kind of do this on a daily basis, right? It's either boxing or UFC and a little bit of WWE. I mean, we're just getting things heated, guys. We're just getting things started. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good one.